Hi everyone, I am Margot, your tarot reader, and today we're doing a personal reading for a client. As always, prior to the recording, we call into the universe with my client's personal information. And when it comes to predictions, as you already know, my client and of course my viewers for the first time, please browse around into my channel and see how I can help you. I am Margot, your tarot reader, and I'll be more than happy to help you in your physical and spiritual growth here in our earthly living. When it comes to personal readings, certain predictions can come about during the time frame that I give you, if and when. They are predictions that you can change if you align yourself with your physical and spiritual, with your higher being. Some predictions cannot and will not be changed because it is the path that you and the people in question have to take in this earthly world. Okay? So we have already aligned the energy, but again, we're asking the gods in the heavens to protect us today and help us find if it's peace or acknowledgement and truth on what we're seeking today. Lord Jesus, I ask that you protect us today and protect those that are coming forth, whether it's in the physical and or spiritual. Lord Jesus Christ, thank you for finding ways and feeling our energy. Protect us, oh Lord Jesus Christ, and thank you for this gift that you've chosen for me so that I can help thyself and our loved ones and all those that come forth to seek advice and or answers. In the name of the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay. So what do you want us to begin with? And we are more than happy to start within that path, Lord. Okay, thank you. So because we have two readings in today's reading, we're going to ask the gods however they want to place this. Okay. As you already know, when it comes to readings, I am not in control, whether it's the language, tone, whether it's the personality or the predictions. It is the guides that are asking and commanding to do so through you, through me, and through the ethers. Okay? Let's begin. Angels of the heavens. So we are asking for the gods on the other side, on the universal light, through the ethers, the energy of the loving souls on the other side. We are wanting to connect with you. And let's see where they are now. In reference to your questions, as you already know, I try to read them only prior to the recording to conducting the reading, so they will not affect me in any way. Okay? Into the universe, into the heavens, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you. Let us see how can we help those in need today, and also on the spiritual light. Okay, so now we are here, and let's begin. I may come back to the questions every now and then, and when there are moments of silence, it is when I'm continuously transcending to your spirit guides, and of course on the spiritual side as well. Okay, so where? Okay. Okay, so I feel that we touched bases on last reading in reference to these two souls. We do know that they are not in this moment together. They are each in individual's path at this moment. They couldn't come to an agreement in reference to how to land their light within their energy at this time. And one was reluctant to have any change. It was almost like one day they saw the light, the next day they didn't. One day they wanted to, the next day they didn't. Okay, so there was no choice but to divide the energy of these two souls. For now, I feel that it is for now. Your loving soul partner on the other side is asking or wanting to find some type of healing in reference to restoring their inner self. Okay, and the other energy. Let's see. Is having a hard time disconnecting at this time because they feel that they were not ready to detach completely. So they tried their best. Now, as I'm saying this and as I am predicting this, I want you to know that I'm also directly communicating with their energies and asking them to each one find peace where they are at this time, because it is for their self-improvement. It is for their self-growth. in their light as they are right now in their energy, but also for the next life cycles that they will be trying to combine eventually. Okay, I do see that your loved one wants to find some type of healing for itself, but also eventually hoping to align themselves with their loved one on the other side and other lives coming through. Okay, so your loved one on the other side does have a positive perspective view of what can be in the next cycle or moving forward in their light. The other soul is still in the moon cycle of confusion, of wanting to maintain their bloodline, their ancestry. Okay, let me see here. And still being a little bit selfish with their growth. So we did what we had to in the ritual itself, but we also have an extension of their behavior, including in the spiritual side. Just because we passed on when we die does not mean that our behavior changes, especially with the way they lived. They can linger for years to come, including in the next cycle, their behaviors. Okay, and that is something that we try to change in the rituals for them to find peace and enlightenment and healing. And sometimes we succeed, sometimes we don't, sometimes we change some of it, sometimes we don't. In this scenario with this other person, this other soul, I feel that they still have more lessons to learn or to adapt to, or to maybe overlook in the other side of where they are at this moment. Okay, so probably so a retreat is mandated for this other person. We do know that your loved one at one point was on a retreat sometime last year. Okay, right, so they were on their own retreat when it found the other energy interacting with them eventually. Okay, right, so your loved one is not gonna be even if they want to worry about this other energy, they will not be able to interact with the energy for now, because they have a path to go individually as determined. The other one is going to, I feel, attached to another energy, whether it is on the other side and or in the physical self, another family member. Okay, I feel like there's another family member that is going through or have been going through an energetic negative energy as they were together in the physical life. There's someone else going through that, so they're going to this energy is going to attach toward that energy more now. Okay, yes, there is this energy is much more reluctant on wanting to change their physical self. They are acknowledged that there was a wanting to reconcile and grow at one point. So right, so your loved one is going through the path of the healing, hoping that eventually as they moved on away from this other energy, that this one will start understanding why they are apart. It's almost like they review when we are on the other side, as they show me. It's like a clip, so they review their life that they have led previous to passing, and they see their mistakes, and they see how can they correct it before another life is chosen. And depending on the way that they're passing, they might be on a long healing journey of their soul, before they can come to another light. Okay, and depending on the energy and their behavior in the physical life, they will go through a long journey. They will go through a lot of healing, restoring of the light of the soul. Okay, so when someone commits suicide, and I have to bring this up for whatever reasons, it takes a longer journey to come about and restore their soul before they come through. If it's something that they've been doing in a rapidly behavior manner through lives, then it takes them a lot longer. So they can recycle life probably within 10 years. In our physical life, as some of you may know, that in the physical life, you know, a year is a long, long time, but in the spiritual sense, it is not. Okay. It's almost, and that, I don't want to say it's a blink of an eye because it does. It's not. That's not how they show me. It just says that it feels less time than what it is on the physical self. Okay. Moving on. Right. So we still see that his loved one will constantly need some type of healing, some type of restoration eventually. For now, because we just finished a ritual on this person, there's nothing I can do but just let it sit for some time. Probably, I want to say 3 weeks to 3 months before doing any type of work to this person, because they have to find a way to uh, see within themselves if they want to continue in the negative side, if they want to continue in. I will say that if they continue, because there are journeys and there are space in the energy where it allows you to maintain this way until you find healing, or you get reboot, or you get, and I don't want to say kicked out, but you go to a different phase of energy, okay, whether it's positive or negative. I do have to say that God loves all our children. God loves all of us, whether you sin or not here in the earthly world. He loves all of us. And when we pass, he brings all of us to that living space. Okay? When we surrender to that living space of the Lord, and I say the Lord, but it is an energy field that conducts all of us in one mind, in one soul, in one spirit. Okay? So before we can be purified next to the higher self being, we have to purified our light in order to be entwined with the other one. We cannot damage the whole system of the whole universal uh, living energy. So we have to restore ourselves in order to be next to you might want to call it the good light, the bad light, however it is. Okay. So, and if it does not happen, if it does not restore, then it gets, and I don't want to say reboot, kicked out, or whatever, but it gets be in a different energy field. Okay. And some people might call it the devil life, the underground life, you know, but please do know that if you are demonized here, if your conduct is in that level that you feel it to be, you may experience some of that negative energy on the other side. And what happens is that we ourselves, our soul, is the one feeling those things because we're still attached to the physical feelings of the physical life. So it's not that necessarily you go straight to hell. It is the energy that you're still holding on and carrying. I hope that I'm making myself clear. I sometimes I feel like I skip because I'm jumping from one clip, from one view, from one lesson that they're showing me, teaching me, to understand theirs, and for me to grasp on from what they are acknowledging me or showing me of how things actually do work. Okay, so you can go to mediums, you can go to a lot of people, but they express it differently, or they use other meanings that make it more fancier. I'm straightforward, whether you like it or not, and I may use certain drastic changes, languages, in order to express how I see things. But most importantly, I express it in the way that they want me to express it, or acknowledge it in the way that they want me to. Okay, so let's say for example, I read someone not too long ago that they passed on, and their energy was so reluctant to see, so their soul lifted from their body at the time that they passed, but they were so reluctant to see. They couldn't see that it was themselves, that it was lying there, passed on. And they just circled around and circled around in their space, and their in you know, looking in the earthly world and trying to come through, trying to help that person that was laying there. But behold, it was that person that had passed on that energy, and that energy became shattered, broken, and couldn't bear to see that they had passed on, and they kept looking and they kept saying it didn't meant to be that way, it wasn't supposed to be that way, it wasn't supposed to happen this way, and I need to get back, I need to, things were just not done. So when I felt that energy, it just hurt me to the core, it just broke me to pieces. And you know, and so with that energy, it lingered in the earthly world for quite some time. And even when it was supposed to take on the light, it wasn't necessarily taking on the light because they were not ready to be on the other side. And they felt that the things were done wrong for it to be there. They were not ready to uh, pass, period. You know, and so, but I will say that with that particular person, you know, I feel that it was contractual agreement of them passing in the way that they did, even though it was more tragic. uh, the suicide itself was tragic, but what was more tragic was the fact that they were just reluctant to accept it and reluctant to go because they had so much more going in their lives. So as I gather that energy, it was a mistake for that energy to pass on, period, right? But things happen in the way that they did. So there is no taking back. And so then now we have to find peace for that energy. Moving on, let me say that um, Jesus. So with that energy, when it does happen that way, the point is, when it does happen in that manner or similar to it, what happens is they get to the other side and they are not necessarily in the light that they're supposed to. Yes, if there are loved ones that passed on, they get greeted by that energy. And so in which that soul actually showed me who was greeted by that person. Um, so they get greeted, but yet they stay back. They don't walk through the light fully or 100% because they are not willing to accept, they are ashamed, and hundreds of emotions that flow through. Just because you pass does not mean that the hurdles you have in the physical world are gone just because you pass. It is not the truth. It is not the case. Please let me make that clear. So when someone passes in a drastic manner, do know that they will need some type of healing moving forward to the other side. If someone tells you, which they will always tell you, oh, they're at peace, they are not at peace, especially if it is drastic. Now, if it's old age and they're welcoming and they're understanding that they're passing, that they come at peace before they pass, and that's a different scenario. If they are ill and drastically they pass because of an illness, and they feel their pain in the physical life and yet not ready to let go, and showing the opposite in the physical life, that is also another energy that it's not ready to detach. Okay. Do know that when someone is about to pass, energetically their soul starts detaching prior to passing. uh, they send out their signals in the spiritual light for the other people to come forth, whether it's the loved ones here in the physical life and or in the spiritual life. Okay. So I'm not sure why I'm saying that. It always is for someone out there that needs it or wants some type of specific understanding. Hopefully one day, with more patience, more time, we will talk in reference to the passing. Now, remind me. Okay. Right. So your loved one, it is not going to look toward the energy of your person, of the other person, the other soul. Because in order to move forward, there has to be a detachment. Okay. Not happy. I understand that. Not, believe me, I'm saying this, but I'm also letting the other energy know that I understand that. And what did I said not too long ago? This energy has to go through a stage of being reclusive into their own energy. Probably so, more time than expected. So therefore, I cannot reboot the energy. I cannot start a ritual right off the back. I would have to do other courses, other means to get into it. So that is why I said it would have to take a little bit longer, okay? Like we explained it. This person is going through an energy of retrieval. Probably some people might call it the negative energy or the postpartum healing energy, or what would be another word for it? Some people might be calling it the dark side. You know, they are going through some type of moment where they need to find some type of peace for themselves. Okay, this energy, we saw it in a few readings back for your loved one in the beginning of their passing. And so this one was in some type of retreat before, but it was not where it was supposed to, or find the healing that they were supposed to. Okay, your loved one, it is in the motion of wanting to find love, nurture in their souls and reconnect with their loved ones in the peaceful manner, in the perspective and positive side of their side. They want to find their positive energy, is what I'm sensing. Okay, yeah. So eventually you're going to have some type of messages of your loved one, while the other one is walking and not wanting to look back. I feel like an anger energy or upset energy or disappointed energy in reference to this other energy. Okay, in the other reading, I do not think it was in this manner. It was a little bit like, okay, I accept it, let me just go, you know, my way, right? Today is a little bit angry. Okay, but I will say that they are acknowledging, okay, that it has to be done. They don't like it, but it has to be done. Okay, right, they don't like it. Hoping to reunite, yes, yes. Your loved one is not going to let go completely of this energy. Your loved one expects that eventually they'll come together. Now, let's see, you asked me, okay, do you understand? Yes. Your loved one understands that you did it for their best interest, for both of their best interests. The other one understands and sees things, or will start seeing things a little bit more clear into their retreat, as we talked about earlier. Not now, but it will. Okay? Not now, but it will. When it happens, he will find a way to enter into the energy of your other loved one. It always does. When we come together and clear our energy, our soul, then we reunite with our group eventually. Okay? We reunite to the energy level as the other ones are. And then we'll recollect, and then we come about, and then we come and see what we learn, not learn. And then we see if we're ready for the next life cycles. And then we choose the people or the souls that wants us to commit to, again, to another life cycle. Okay, do we want the same group? Normally you stay in the same hive, in the same group, because you want to continue experiences, lessons, learning lessons that you're supposed to learn, did not learn, will learn. Okay, okay. So again, he's on a standstill for now. We're gonna leave that. Your loved one will continue to start finding healing. And what do we see there? We see that eventually there is a journey of someone that is going to move on to the other side. Eventually there's a female energy that is going to move on. He's recollecting that. He's acknowledging that. Okay. Right. So we know that this one, whatever energy they decide to take, it will end. Okay. I'm just going to leave that as that. Okay. So let me see. Let me see the, I want to see something here real quick. Give me a second. I'm going to look at something else. Okay. Will he? Yes, eventually this will be recycled at one point. It's not giving me a time frame because we won't know it specifically until this energy is out of the retreat. So it will cycle. Okay. Right. It will end. It will cycle through. Okay. Not clear of something. Okay. So this energy is more so frightened of going through all the work and not being accomplished for what they are seeking for the next life cycle, I feel. So right now, this energy is confused still. And again, it feels like it imbalances. Sometimes it's a yes, sometimes it's a no. Sometimes they're good in their energy, sometimes no. And it makes sense in the way that I'm sensing it, the way that I'm seeing it, because again, you're going back to those clips when you've been in life after life in such a toxic energy, you will continue to be in that cycle. And to get detached 100%, it sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. And in order to reunite with this energy, this energy has worked quite a lot in reference to heal, okay, your loved one. But because he has love in his heart, because he has desire to continue growing, because he has desire to see, the other side, he says, what it's like to be in the other side. So we do know that your loved one was in a similar situation as his other partner is, his other, soul. More positive. So now I'm going to ask, thank you, angels of the universe, thank you, heaven. Thank you, angels of the universe, thank you. Thank you for the universe and to the heavens, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you for finding this healing today, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you. Your loved one eventually will leave his burdens behind and find some type of way to think in a positive way. Okay. While the other energy, that it's very much so wanting to continue to be attached but not do the improvement of their energy, will understand eventually what pain it's been caused to no sense of its own. I feel, because I feel that because we learn, we take on lessons, and on the living light, the lessons that we take becomes drastic, totally different when we are in the physical living, on the physical flesh. So we adapt to that energy, whether it's good or bad. And it becomes hard to detach if you continue going through that energy. If you like that negative energy that you experience, then you can come consumed with that energy. Okay. Or if that negative energy took a lot from you, then it becomes consumed over its boundaries and it continues to stagnate your light. Okay. So we do know that this energy will have some type of new beginning eventually, but it's going to take some time to work on that. Okay. In the meanwhile, there will be a drastic change through the energy courses, as they are as of now. For the next year is the beginning. 2023 is the beginning of energetic shift in all our energies that has been recollected for years and centuries. So it is the new beginning that will alter uh, the mindset of our physical self and the spiritual self. What affects us in the living does affect us in the ether side. It comes from above to the here in our self, in our flesh, and from our flesh to the above. Okay, it is everything one in itself. Okay. Okay. So I'm asking something. Give me a second. Let's see. Most likely, this energy, this is your loved one. This is the other energy. Unless he can find someone to love or be loved with, he's gonna have a hard time. So they will meet again, is what I'm sensing, in another life, in another sector of living. But unless this person, this energy, cannot find love itself, it's going to interfere a bit on this other side. Okay. Love is the tremendous factor in everybody's life, in all our experiences. It is a must to consume, to experience. Whether you want it or not, it will strike you. But to understand love, it goes through chapters. It goes through life after life, beyond what our light is. And it, it is detrimental to our growth. And so it hurts me at the moment, because I feel that this light, this energy is telling me that it is not fair, because it has not found the love of that they desire. So what I would want to say to this energy is that they need to go back into their circle of spiritual growth and find another partner to accompany it with in the physical life, in another journey, in another life, in another dimension, another earth, another planet, anything. But maybe he needs to adapt to a different energy for experiences, in order to see if he can accommodate. Yes, you can. Yes, you are allowed. And yes, you should. Um, and so I feel that that's what this energy is needing more now. Now, with your loved one, it's obvious that in his life cycle, he finds his love, his soulmate. He finds it, you know. So when he finds that love, because of the energy entwined with them and their experiences, interacts also with their living situations. Okay. Yeah. When you have been through a number of lives in a negative side and negative living, negative experiences, you're afraid to go on again and render to that. And so automatically you manipulate your energies and shift it and change it, you know. That is why it's a must when you start a ritual. You have to, well, for me, I always explain to the client, I need you to be in this mindset. I know it's hard. It's easy said and done, but it's hard to find a way to manipulate the energy. So it's crucial for me when I start a ritual on how the client is feeling. Okay. Right. I see more positive energy for your loved one than this person, than this other life. Okay. I definitely see that. In the next life, there will be interruptions. Yes. He will have wealth. I feel this person. He will have wealth. What probably will happen in this life that he will move on when he finds some type of healing. Um, he will probably trade in love for wealth. Okay. While this one will rather not have the wealth, but have the love of his life. Okay. There will be a unity eventually in one life cycle, if not more, for both. Okay. And then also with you. Yeah. There'll be unity and also with you is what I feel here. Okay. So where's this coming from? Tell me. Okay. In one of these lives that is going to take place between these parties and probably you, there might be a characteristic of over obsessive over someone or something, okay, between you two. Right. So this energy is going to be toxic in itself when they realign themselves. So what that tells me is that the behavior and pattern would not be completely separated from what they're used to. Okay. They're going to change, but not drastically in the way that they're supposed to. They're going to come through the shift of energy. So the energy of the light will shift. So if it's dark, their fume, their light, when they come through their loved ones, it's kind of dark. They will change, let's say, to gray energy. Okay. And they can recycle, not with the same group, but not with all the group either, but they can recycle another life. And so there will be a change in that. So as they continue to live, the energy will start shifting if they accept the lessons, if they feel that they've done good, um, if it's perceived to be for their higher good. Okay. Excuse me. But again, it's going to take a lot more work for this energy for sure. As of now, that's what it's showing me for this energy. Yes, it does feel a bit sad for me because it took a lot of work and a lot of energy withdrawn. But I can see that the energy is very refusal, but it will be at a standstill for now in reference to your loved one. And I rather have it that way right now, because if not, the energy will entwine and it will be more difficult for you to reconnect with your loved one on the other side or on the other lives. And it will hinder for sure if they're combined, on the next living. Okay. Okay. So now, thank you to the universe and to the heavens for explaining us, Lord Jesus Christ. I want to thank you for blessing us today. Let us see the angels of the universe and the heavens. Grace that you can give us when it comes to okay. Okay, so as you can see, I'm still outside and the weather is absolutely gorgeous still. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot. Today has been just absolutely beautiful. Okay. So I feel that between you and this love energy, there's been a lot of stagnant energy in its path. There's been a lot of conflicts, but it's also telling me that this energy, he will continue to fight on your behalf, continue to find ways to heal the energy. But also the conflict between you two should be less now. Okay. So it can be through the energy field, it can be through the physical field, it can be through your own spirit self. Okay. Yours and his. There's not wanting to let go or detach from you completely. It's what he's saying. Okay. So it is fine for me to see this, but also at the same time, he knows he needs to continue his path in order to find balance within the physical and the spiritual self. In order for him to continue growing and restoring himself, so when your turn comes along, his light is more divine and more pure and more continuously, right? So he needs to understand that he has to continue with his path in the spiritual self and you in the physical self. So we do see that, but we're looking at detachment, not wanting to. Okay, detachment sometimes is a good thing. Yeah. When he learns to understand that, then he will learn to find or start to find some type of healing. Okay, he have had a lot of hurt, a lot of physical and spiritual hurt. He feels that he has hurt himself and hurt others, and so he's acknowledging those things. And when someone acknowledges that, whether they're past or living, it is a wonderful, beautiful thing in order to restore their spirit. Okay. Right. Look back at certain things that you've heard, that you've seen when he was around. He's telling me. Okay. Only you will know when you will see the video, and whatever comes to your recollection at the time that I've said those things, it's very poignant to that aspect of growing. Okay, sometimes we need help from the living in order to find healing in the spiritual realm. And so there is a possibility that you or someone out there is able to heal or help heal in advancement on his growth. Okay. Look to the heavens. Look to your spiritual self. Look to what's worth within yourself, because if you find that within yourself, you also find that for him. Okay? It's what I'm seeing. Yes, absolutely. So sometimes in order for their energy to move forward, it's almost like someone in the living has to understand that pain, as much pain as it is, there's also much love to give, to reciprocate, to accept, and to acknowledge, right? So there has to be something within yourself to understand and accept, in order for him to find some type of peace also, is what I'm sensing. Okay, I'm sorry, I feel so much pain right now that I want to just burst and cry, and I feel that that is your pain in reference to him. What you feel, he feels. What he feels, you feel. What he sends out to you is what you're catching on to, and what you send out to him is what he's trying to hold on and find some healing for you. Okay, so let's see. 9 times is very important on the physical side, on the spiritual side, because we are in our rest space. So that's when we are able to connect more to the spiritual side, or for them to connect to us. And daytime, yes, it is, but because the light is more sufficient to the living, it's hard for us to penetrate on their level, right? But it's not necessarily because it's night or day. It is because we are resting, because our mind has settled down. We're more relaxed. We are at a standstill kind of thing, energy. So again, if you're napping during the day, it can be where you're more receptive to receive certain energies of your loved one. Okay. Okay. It's very hard for you, he's expressing, for you to find some type of healing. It's very hard for you to continue living at times, because you can't, it's almost like you can't wait for that day to come in order to restore your energy next to his. Okay. So I hear him say, but don't you know, baby, that I'm with you. Every day that you lay down, I'm with you. Every day that you get up and walk, I'm with you. So there's something that you're doing on a daily basis for him to let me know this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. If you need to find love, if you need to find replacement, he's saying go for it. It is there if you like, if you want it and wish it to be. It is a part of our experiences still. Okay. So it doesn't mean that it's going to take away from his at all. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's going to take away. What's his is his. What's yours is yours. So he knows for certainty that you are a part of his living path. Okay, and also the spiritual path. Absolutely. He's also letting you know to be very cautious in reference to the physical life, in reference to the physical experiences that you are going through. There will be a shift of energy eventually. But for now, there will be more toxic energy around you, is what he's expressing, what you're being feeling, sensing, the attacks. And I feel like somebody whispering in your ear. Okay. So you're going to be sensing a lot of these energies. Know that he has tried to reprimand that energy. But again, it's a long-standing energy. That's a different scenario. We already talked about that. Okay. All right. Someone else is coming your way, is what he's saying. Probably within 2 weeks, within 2 months, or in the second half of this year coming. No, he is not going to be heartbroken. And no, he is not going to feel betrayed. Okay? He knows it's the path that you have to take. It's another karmic lesson that you both chose to go through. Okay? It's going to be very difficult for you at first, he says, to be intimate with somebody else after his loss, after you being with him, whether he was your last person intimately. But he feels your sorrow. He feels that you don't want to, but he feels also that you, it's almost like crying and being intimate at the same time. Okay? He knows that. He understands that. But it's have faith, trust within yourself, and trust in what the messages are from him, is what he's saying. Okay? No, he doesn't see you marrying that person. He says, no, baby is not going to marry. You can do the do. I literally heard him say that. You can do the do, baby. But you're going to hesitate remarrying somebody else. Okay? For now is what he's saying. Yeah, you're going to hesitate on that. Doesn't see it. Okay. But he does see you, you know. Okay, I want to give thanks to the gods and to the heavens for today's reading. So now we're going to move on, and hopefully we have enough room for the next reading for you. I want to give thanks to the gods and to the heavens for today's energy. Let us see and let us know what is it that we need to know for. Let's see. Thank you, angels of the heaven. All right, give thanks, God. Thank you for the universe into the heavens. Let us play out and let us see now what is it that we need to know when it comes to angels of the gods and of the heavens for the energy and for the living for Taurus. So we definitely see from the beginning between the Taurus and the Cancer, that's not you. In reference to their living situation or the way that things are between them. They've struggled between monetary, material gains, let's say money, work, and things like that. And also they struggle with being faithful and being truthful. Probably so in both parties, okay, between them too. Right. So I do, right off the back, I do not sense that the Cancer spouse of the Taurus is not necessarily honest and truthful in her activities and or the way that she expresses to everybody else. So in other words, she comes around in the energy of being two-faced with the marriage and with the relationship. That does not mean that they don't love each other. We'll see that as we go, but for now that's what I'm sensing. Also, I don't feel that she is a true nature mother. Okay, she's not loving and nurturing. You know what I mean? Is what I'm sensing. Okay. I also feel that this person has had some type of energy of thinking too much, overlooking at things too much, overseeing the negative more than the positive side of things. Okay. Someone is not completely in love in this relationship. And yes, we do see that there is some type of third energy involved in the relationship, whether it's the cause of them being together or whether it's the cause of them as they are now or the cause of their shift energy changes. But we do see third party energy coming in through already. Okay, it's very much so consuming their energy. Okay, we also see that there's some type of celebration within their energy, some type of there's a loveless energy here. And it's coming from the Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising female. Again, I'm using her energy, so I'm going to take this as it is her energy, pretending to be nurturing, caring, loving, affectionate, attentive, but it's saying no. This is not someone that is lovable. This is not someone that is nurturing. Okay? Okay. So we kind of suspected that. Now we see. I don't see her ending her marriage. I feel that the more negative she thinks, the more she holds on to it. Even though she struggles at times, maybe at one point they discuss being separated for whatever reasons. But it feels to me that it took back priority, you know. But we do see that the marriage has been something that she longed for quite a while. Did they meet together while they were with you, or was there a third party? Because I'm sensing some kind of energy within that, how they met. Okay. Right. That's what I'm sensing. if the Taurus thought that he would find peace and tranquility within that relationship, no, he has not. And no, I don't feel that they get along very much. I don't feel that that they have healing in the relationship as they should. I feel that they backstab each other with their words. And I also feel that their communication is not all between themselves proper in the way that they should be as loving, nurturing marriage. I don't see it that way. Okay? No. I feel that there was a betrayal in the relationship as well. I feel that what she hoped that she was getting out of this relationship is not what she's getting. Okay? She still feels insecure in the relationship. Okay? She still feels that either he's not honest or has cheated before, or accusations of being cheated before. We definitely feel that someone at one point did so cheat, whether it's the way or the reason of how they got together, but we're definitely seeing that this is still lingering in the relationship. Okay? Absolutely. Yes, I do feel that your loved one does regret leaving you. He does regret leaving you. He does feel that he was better off for what he had and what he was used to when he was with you. Okay? We definitely see that. Okay? There's no healing for him. We still feel that the love of his life is not the person that he's with. It is the person that he has children. So, okay, he may have children with this person, but I feel that when I see this, it's telling me the one that was long-standing, whether it's his first wife, or if you were his first wife, then it's you, but it's someone that was first. Yeah. Yes, he did. He thought before of wanting to return to you, probably in the beginning of the relationship. When I say the beginning of relationship, it can be within the 3 years of marriage to someone else. Normally, if it is a third party that ends up with someone, then they regret within the 3 year period of being married, and they feel like they can go back to that person. So if that was the case in this relationship, know that at one point he did wanted to return to the relationship. But sudden enough, either you rejected him or sudden enough you had somebody else with you. Okay? So there's an energy of regret, is what I'm sensing here. He wanted to come back and be with you. And restore that. I feel that at one point he also searched or came back to you because he wanted to be intimate. He wanted to take that initiation and hope that you have given in. Maybe he made it pass at you in the beginning of him leaving or something like that, or came back to wanting to be with you again. Mainly because he missed being intimate with you. He wanted sex. He it's giving me third party situation here. Okay? Right. What he learned in the relationship with you, he thought that he was going to get it eventually with the other person that he is with. I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay? So he's not, I don't see that he's happy. I don't see that he has found success in this marriage. I don't feel that he is 100% himself in the relationship either. Okay? No. Has he thought of getting rid of it? Yes, but whether if they have children, it keeps him going. And he does not like to fail on a relationship. He does not like to be the one to bend the rules, basically, unless it goes his way. Okay? Okay, thank you. Hey, he's not honest with her. It feels to me like he's hiding something, you know? It feels to me like he's hiding something with her. Or to her. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we definitely see that he has contemplated before in the past of wanting to be single. But there's a draw energy. I'm drawing you back. I'm drawing you back to me, or I bring you back, you know, whatever means, whatever it takes to get you into where you're supposed to be. Yes, they argue, whether it's with family, her family. There's something about her family as well, whether they argue, conflict, and stuff like that. But no. You've been one of their beginnings topics of the relationship before. Okay? Okay, thank you. So now that we've looked at them in this way, and of course, yes, now we do see that there was indication of some type of manipulation on the sense of being spiritually active and worked on. Okay? Now, I want to ask, thank you, Angels of the Universe. Go ahead. This is okay, thank you. Yes, he looks to the past in reference to the situation between you and him. Okay? He felt that he was not being nurtured in the way that he wanted to. Of course, sometimes when they want out of the relationship, feel that they can get something better, they intend to do that and feel. And then they end up regretting and looking back and wanting to connect back to that someone that they love. You do have a karmic relationship with this person. It is a cycle. It is a lesson for both of you to learn. So there might be a repeat between you two in the other cycle of life. I can see that now. Okay? It's not finished between you two. Not at all. Whether it's in this life or the next, but it's not finished between you two. Okay? Right. It's not healed completely between you two. So there has to, or there will be some type of reuniting the energy eventually. Okay? Yes, I do see that. I heard you say, would that be a problem? There might be a problem with that energy eventually. Okay? There might be a problem with that energy eventually because the lessons are not done between you two. There hasn't been a full completion of healing between your energies, between your karmic lessons, between you two. So unless you can find this healing in the now, in the physical sense, that will be an energy that will interfere in another life for sure. Okay? Let me see. Yeah, absolutely. There will be a coming back and reunite that energy for sure between you two and the other side. Okay? Things are not being said as the way that they should have been said. Sometimes when that happens, let's say, for example, there's a planet that is in retrograde, like Mercury, especially because it's communication. You say things, but they don't come out the way that they're supposed to, or they interfere with the communication in the way that it's supposed to be received on the other end. So if and when you talk to this person, you have to be clear with your words, with the way you express it. In order for that person to find peace, or you, most importantly, to find peace within this energy. Because I feel that the communication between you two, probably when you were in the relationship, in the marriage, was a bit toxic, did not get through it, or someone overtalked someone. And so everything became unclear within the actions of both of you. Okay? Absolutely. So yes, he does find you now a bit more stronger. He finds you more mature. He finds you more nurturing. So I'm seeing this as someone that comes back and look at their ex and say, "Whoa, you're looking better than you did when we were together," or "Whoa, what have you done to yourself? Because instead of looking older, you're looking younger," or "Whoa, I find you sexy as hell now than I did before." So there's an energy of looking at you with those startled eyes, okay? Absolutely. He will find, believe me, a regret of being away from you or separating from you. One day, he'll say that he regrets it. One day he said that he didn't love you enough or didn't do much for you, okay? One day. He's a Taurus. Taurus are very reluctant to say those things. And when they say it, take it. Take it with it because it is something that they mean true-hearted. Okay? Right. No, that person that he's with, it is not someone that he was supposed to be with. It just happened because in the moment in time, it is a lesson to be learned with those relationships. So it is not a bond relationship. It is almost like a converted energy, And I could explain that more and more, but we're not going to get into that. Okay. Right. He got with this other person, still being in love with you and still wanting to be with you, is what I feel. Okay. But we do see that some other entities came along, some other energies came along. Did he ever knew about your loved one that passed, before, during, or after? Because I feel that it's also an energy that linger within the situation. Okay. But we also see entities of other energies coming forward, and it changed, of course, from there on. I don't feel that he cheated you only once. I feel that he did that probably multiple times. Whether you knew about it or not, that's, different. But this is the one that's stuck, I feel. And you probably forgave him, for one or two. But there's some kind of notion to that aspect. Okay. Yeah, I see that. I see that he did that. I see that he did that. He was a little bit selfish in the relationship. I do see that. He just took in more of your energy than he gave. Hmm. He blamed you for a lot of things that he did, is what I'm seeing here. Okay. Yeah. But I'm putting them all out because I'm seeing something. Would he apologize? I don't feel that he would apologize truthfully, but there might be a chance before he passes in the years to come, you know, um, to appreciate, to say you're a good mother, it's just that at the time I did this, I'd said that, and, but I do feel that within himself, he sees appreciation towards you. But again, his sign and his way of living tells me that he's someone that holds on to grudges, and he's someone that does not easily expresses to give credit to other people. Okay? Even though he feels, because I do feel that he feels. Okay. Now, let's do this one, and we'll see more. Thank you to the gods and to the heavens. For Taurus and Cancer. Into the universe, this is for my client and Taurus. For my client and Taurus. Thank you to the gods and to the heavens. Let us see angels of the earth and angels of the heavens. Thank you. I do believe that if he could have it both ways, he would. You and still being in the relationship. I don't feel that person is going to let him go, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even though he's going to have the need to want to be free of his relationship. Whether he wants to flirt, cheat, go out, whatever it is, he's going to want to feel free from his relationship. It's given because it's in the planets. Okay? Yeah. Probably he's going to cheat on her in the near future. Okay? Because we do sense another energy here. He does think of you. Has he been to your house? Because I feel that he wants to, surprisingly enough, think about coming in and visit. Maybe he'll find eventually some type of communication toward you. Okay? Do you want to do anything about that? Yes, you can. There are rituals similar to what we've done back in the days, years ago, in reference to this. There's been a lack of communication, I feel, between you and this person, but I do feel that, yes, he thinks of you, and yes, he wants to probably reconsider in the way that you've been, distanced from each other, okay? But he does sees or knows what you're doing. Mm-hmm. He's not 100% happy in the relationship with this woman. Sometimes he feels like he wants to break free, what I just said. Sometimes I feel that he wants to break off from this person emotionally and probably spiritually. Because at the end of the day, there's attachment between them, whether they have children or not, but there's more attachment toward your energy, I feel, in this reading. Okay? if he comes back and talk to you, there's going to be like a tremendous jealousy going on here between him and whoever he's married to, and and blame him for something that's going to happen in the relationship. If and when he communicates with you, it will be because of either something to do with their children, with your children, or something to do with some type of communication that he's going to have with a sibling. Okay, so I do feel that he's aware of you. I do feel that he knows how your life is. Um, but I sense the energy of him wanting to come visit you. Okay. When I see this, I feel that sometimes this person comes in, probably as of now, within 3 weeks, 3 months, within that energy, whether it's just to talk to or be literally see the person, at a vicinity that he sees you, you see them, or literally comes to your house. But I feel that there will be some type of energy toward that. Okay. Now that I'm going to go and see the spouse now, okay? Let's see. Angels of the universe and the heavens, can you that we need to see? One more. Thank the universe into the heavens, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you. It's going to be a shift in the relationship sometime this year coming. Okay. Yeah. A shift. Let's say if they're good, they're going downhill in the relationship. Less communication. Um, Struggles in the way that they are. Struggles in their intimacy. Something is not all there in their intimacy. Okay. It's almost like jealousy or obsession or accusations. Okay. Yeah. Someone is leaving their home temporarily unless they have adult children in their home, but I'm sensing some type of change in their home environment here through other people. Um, yes, in their relationship, I feel that there's something going on with their energy that it keeps them at bay or keeps them at distant. Um, you know, it's almost like she wants to know his whereabouts, where he goes, what he does, things like that. Does she really cares for you or sees you in a genuine manner? No, she does not care for you in the manner that bestie kind of energy. No, she does not. It's almost like she wants to continue being your friend, let's say, for you not to interfere in their relationship. So she wants to know how you're doing, what you're doing, in order to know how her husband is moving around with her. Um, and it's almost like keeping your enemy closer, kind of thing. Okay, with her energy. Um, she does not want you to communicate with him. If she was really fine with you being present in their life, believe you me, she will be the one to instigate him to come and see his children, to come spend time with his children, to check on his children. So she will be the main instigator to fix the relationship between the siblings, right? But she's not. I feel her saying they're grown, they're old enough to take care of their life, um, and so she does not want them to be as close as they should. Okay, so again, keep your enemy closer. This is how I see her energy. Um, I'm not sure if you've spoken to her recently. There is some type of conversation that's going to take place between you. I will be very cautious on what takes place in the communication because whatever you may say, she might flip it into her own favor. Okay. Does she love you? No. Does she have this mad bestie energy? No. She just, it's not that she does not like you, but she can do without. Unfortunately, that's how I see it. Okay. Um, I'm not sure what she's afraid of necessarily. I'm not sure if she's afraid that you would ask for money or that you would want to be more involved in the relationship. Um, okay, so most likely she's afraid that if you come around or stick around more or talk more to the husband, that you will take the husband away. Hmm. Let me see, where is he? Okay. Something about their intimacy that doesn't add up to me. Something about the intimacy. I wonder if she gives him intimacy only when she wants something, needs something, because there's a lack of intimacy between them, but it is only restored when there's some type of monetary need, or when she's one of those women that manipulate the intimacy for gains, for wanting an expensive gift, let's say. Uh, that's how I sense it. Like she's using her sex, deprived sex, for something in return. Okay. Okay. So no, I don't see any divorce for them as of now. What I do feel is that he's gonna have this itch to want to feel free. So for him to subside that, he would have to go like on a man trip, without her, or be away from her for at least two to 3 days, in order to recap his energy. But I don't see her wanting to leave him. I just feel that he is more in the energy of wanting to uh, feel free. He's feeling too overwhelmed with the energies, or he'll start feeling that. Anything else that you want to tell me, and just of the universe and the heavens, for this energy between my client and the Taurus? Okay, thank you. Let's see. Something is coming in within the next 2 weeks, 2 months in play. Can be even 2 days, but something is coming in play here between this 4, 5, 6. Maybe he'll give you a surprise. Maybe he'll pop out of nowhere and visit. Okay. Maybe he'll come and communicate. Yeah. I wonder if he has said before, I reached out, but you don't communicate. I wonder if he said that to you. I do feel that the spouse of his did have a lot to do with him not being around, for sure, in your life or the children's life. I definitely see that. At one point, it was very determined that he was not to even befriend you in any by any means. Okay, so if they met before they got married, cheated on you, or being on a third party situation, we can see how this is playing out. Okay, we can see why. Um, but as I was shuffling, I asked one question, and my answer is that whether he admits it or not, it shows me that he still has feelings for you. And it does show me something about the intimacy in reference to his spouse and yours. There's a difference within the intimacy level, but also the feeling and the nurturing of the intimacy. Even though, let's say, you're a Cancer, she's a Cancer, or the energy close to it. It doesn't really matter, because what matters to me now, I have to look in conjunction the sun, moon, and rising. So she might be a little bit more earthy bound, and that means she's a little bit more plain. And so that means that she will play the water sign more so when she's trying to hold on to someone, when she's trying to get someone. And once they have it, the earthly bond, they're not that fully given to their love, nurturing, unless there's a benefit to it. It's not saying that it's a bad situation. It just means that for each sign, there's someone that is connected to and bound to. And so, we all have our little ins and outs, including water signs. If you're overly emotional, you're going to lose someone because of that. You cannot distinguish in what reality is and what your emotions are for yourself and others people's emotions. So there's a good and bad side to all the signs, and in conjunction it makes a whole different package as well. Okay, so I feel that because you are emotionally bounded in a more sexual chemistry energy, um, he applies that to his life, or he reminisces on that. Okay, maybe you were more given in the intimacy than she is now. Okay, but I do definitely feel that he still thinks, he thinks of you highly. He thinks of you that you were a good woman and a good mother, but he's not acknowledging. So that tells me he's very stubborn and will not bend to the rules. Okay, all right. Maybe he will eventually. We can blame. We can bend him to that. Believe me, we can bend that. But yes. So mm, his cycle is going to change next year. So maybe later on, wait, mm, maybe, wait 3 weeks, 3 months to get a full reading on him again and see how they change and shift his energy. Because Taurus, with the eclipses that we had all this year, and then coming to conclusion in next year, and with all the energies shifting and changing for everybody as they do on daily basis, but certain planets recycle in once in our lifetime, and so, and some of them cycle once or twice in our lifetime, and it's happening next year. So I definitely feel that there's a shift in his energy and a drastic change, and that might, he might not even know it, but he might want to feel like impatient and not know why. And so we know that it is because he wants to feel freedom within himself. Okay, and I heard you say maybe it's the itch I wanted to cheat. Maybe so. Okay, so what advice do we have, angels of the universe, for my clients? It's a fast-paced energy that is coming in here for me. I feel that maybe there's a message coming from someone. Okay, a friend reaching out, probably so. Okay, something is ending with someone because of a third party. Someone is ending a relationship with someone because of a third party. Okay, and I don't see it as your spouse. That's a different energy. Okay, because I wanted more for themselves, probably even. Okay, thank you, angels of the universe and the heavens. Should we do this one? Why not? We're already almost ending. What advice do you have for my client, angels of the universe and the heavens, when it comes to? Okay, Nine of Cups. I'm going to take this as a positive sign. It wanted to come in reverse, but I'm not. I want to keep the positive side in reference to this celebration coming to you. Probably because of the New Year's, of course, but feeling more in control, trying to work on something for yourself. There will be, most likely there will be, maybe making a trip or something, but maybe investing on yourself physically and spiritually is what I'm sensing here. There's a notion of someone coming in here, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, someone rising. Okay, it could also be an Aries also, or a Leo that is entwining in your life in the near future. Okay, ignore the hearsays from people around you, the way they look at you, the way they suspect certain things. Don't let anything or anyone get into your space or into your energy. If you feel negative energy for now, if you're not going to do any type of cleansing or any type of work on that, you need to just say, I rebuke you, and you must leave immediately. Okay? And then you say your prayers. For now, that would help you. It should help you. You let me know. There's someone that is either in a stable relationship or living with someone that I see that there's lack of communication and understanding. They will most likely break up. Okay? Yeah, they most likely break up. They're going to have this huge, big argument and dispute, and probably like overnight or during the nighttime, they just completely, have a fallout over their situation, or maybe something is discovered during that time. Okay? Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising is what I'm sensing at this time. Female. Okay. And King of Torso. Ten of Cups. Yeah, then this female is gonna need some type of healing. Maybe restore themselves, feeling lost or feeling trapped or feeling like they can't be themselves in a relationship or a friendship kind of way. Okay? Having to decide, feeling heartbroken. So most likely the person that they're with will betray them with somebody else. Okay? If their other person is a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and she or he is Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, it's entwined with that energy as well. Okay? Okay. Yeah. They will discover maybe text, maybe communication with somebody else. Okay. And it's gonna be hard between how they feel for that person or they feel for the person that I'm discussing right now, because they feel that they at one point they felt that they were meant to be. This feels like a not an older energy for me. Okay. Lack of love and understanding for someone can find their peace. This speaks to me of another energy, not the one that we were just talking about. This is someone being out of balance with their energy, with their emotions, with their stability. This feels to me, and how I'm sensing is someone within your home. Okay, that's how it feels. Yeah. Ooh. Mm-mm-mm. Someone is not in love anymore in the relationship, and it should end. And maybe they're trying to hold it, um, trying to work it out, because someone says, I still love you, I still want to try. But when you know you have to let go and you don't, what happens is they end up meeting somebody else eventually. Okay? This is a stagnation of energy that should have ended, and it's just not willing to let go. Someone is going to cheat in this relationship. We do see a energy that it shifts in actions, shift shape. So when I see that, it tells me that we definitely feel, and as they tell me now, is that this person, I don't want to say demonic, but I think that the energy is coming from this person more so than anything in your home. It is a female. I'm not sure if she's actually dark or in between energies, between like maybe she's mixed race of some sort. It's what I'm sensing here, whoever this woman is. And this how I see is, this person tells me, I'm a know-it-all. Okay, a magician. I'm a know-it-all. I can do and bend what I want to my favor. So to her is she can bend her partner to her favor, and she's a know-it-all. uh, there's a lot of energy coming from this person. Okay. um, in the spiritual sense, negative energy. In the other senses, you know how they say the devil wears Prada. This is what I get from this energy. Okay, absolutely. She is being controlled by other sources, by other means. Okay, I'm not sure if she tried to do something ritually um, in reference to this in order to maintain this, and she is not willing to let go of the person that she's with to go back home or go and do whatever and say, I'm broken. No. Mm-mm. She is not. Someone is telling her the truth, though. that it's okay to be single and start all over. Maybe it's someone at a long distance, maybe a loved one from a long distance, a father figure, mother, whatever it is. But someone is letting her know that it's okay if she comes back home, but make sure she saves money to return or come back with money. Yeah, this woman is not mentally all there. Okay. Mm-mm. And she does not want to go empty-handed. It's almost like she's going to tell this person that she lives with to go back, to go back to where she's from or where they came from. Okay. She's not all there. No. She feels that they made a mistake coming here. Okay. Yeah. She feels that she's not resting, not sleeping, and she's blaming other people, not herself. Okay. Yeah. She is going to try to manipulate the situation and probably eventually convince this person to move back where they met, where they were, where they live, whatever it is. Okay? That's what I'm sensing. If you love me, you're going to do this. If you want to be with me, you're going to do this. This is for our own best interest. It's time for us to grow together. It's time for us. If we continue like this, this person is going to be interfering, that person, whatever it is. And she's going to manipulate the situation in order to have this person find its way back to her, whoever this person is, water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, someone rising. Okay? It can be the emotion that this person is giving back to the other person if it's not a water sign. It can be this person that shows love and affection toward that person. Okay? So we're going to end it at that. I want to say thank you to you and to your loved ones, and I send you love and light to you and to all the viewers. Again, I am Margot, your tarot reader. I am here to help you, as always, in the best interest for yourself. My clients come first in readings and rituals, always. And so, love and light. Thank you.